Hey beloveds, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Ada Marie, where we do all things astrology, healing, and transformation. And yeah, let me light some colors in to set the mood real quick, because I want to share with y'all the message that I got. Okay. In regards to the eclipse. So first things first, if you're new to astrology, I try to make all my videos for beginners, so people don't necessarily have to get an astrologer, but they can start looking at their chart and then go to their astrologer for help and understanding. But I'll be trying to break the information down. So first things first, when I woke up this morning around 4 or something, the message that I got was shadow, 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 shadow. Because when you look at eclipse, it's all about shadow. It's either the sun casting the shadow on the moon with the earth in the middle, or the the moon is casting the shadow on the earth, causing a blockage from the sun. So to me, that just gave me shadow work, because of course some feelings came up. So I'm like, okay, so shadow work is dealing with those feelings, right? So I feel like eclipse is dealing with those feelings. I hear people talk all the time about how, oh, when eclipse come up, you just feel this, so you have to calm down. No. I wouldn't say calm down. I would say tap into all that energy so you can get a breakthrough, because eclipse is also breakthroughs, right? So first, let's understand what's an eclipse. Now, eclipse happen on a new moon and a full moon. So it don't happen every new moon and every full moon because of the angle and the axis and all that. But when it actually happens, this is why when I think of eclipse, I also think of right place, right time. And that's when you have an eclipse. So when you have a solar eclipse, that is when the sun, the moon, and the planet Earth is in alignment. And at that time, the moon is in the middle. So when the moon is in the middle, if you're on Earth, you have the moon in the middle, then you have the sun, right? And you're on Earth and you're looking up at the sun, and you can see pretty much the outside of the sun, because the moon is, I almost blind myself with the light. Okay. The moon is blocking the sun, and it's casting a shadow on the Earth. It's a part on the Earth that will be completely blackened out, and that's called the total eclipse, right? Everybody else that's not in that particular spot, once again, right place at the right time, they're going to get a partial eclipse. Now with a lunar eclipse, that's when the earth is in the middle. You have the sun, you have the earth, and then you have the moon. Now from Earth, we see the moon, but because of our shadow that we're casting on the moon, it kind of like blackens out the moon. But because the sun is bigger than the earth, the extra light comes around the earth, picking up that red color, and hits the moon with that red color. This is when you have a full moon and the moon look real bright red, kind of orangish color. That's an eclipse. So I just first want to understand or explain what an eclipse is. So you have the solar eclipse, and then you have the lunar. I always remember lunar, moon, full moon. Solar eclipse, that is when you have a new moon. You're really not going to see the moon. Besides, you're not going to see the moon, but you're going to see the shadow. Now that we got that part out the way. Shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. Feelings, feelings, feelings. So it's a whole bunch of feelings, and you have to really dig with this one. I like to look at where the eclipse is happening at. So the one that's coming up April 30th, 2022 is going to be in Taurus. Me personally, what I'm doing with that is I'm looking at my natal chart, and I'm seeing where Taurus is in my chart, and also what planets I have in that chart. I actually have a good one, so I'm excited about this. But don't get, like I said, if you're sad, mad, or anything like that, use that energy, because feelings is energies that, to me, feelings is energy that fill you up to do something. Once again, eclipse equals breakthroughs. So if you can use this energy to get a breakthrough, why not? Why run from it? Tap directly into those feelings, feel those feelings, and sit back and think, how can I get a breakthrough out of this? What change can I make to help me out of this? Now, when we go into this lunar eclipse, which will happen, if I'm not mistaken, May 16th, 2 weeks after, full moon in Scorpio, look at your Scorpio. Look at Scorpio in your chart. What do you have in Scorpio? For me, that's my Venus and my Pluto. So what can I do on the solar eclipse? What can I clear out the way on the solar eclipse to help me use this energy, especially with my relationships and also my rebirthing, my rebellion and all that? How can I use this to help me there? And all this is just you putting in the work, you putting in the time to study. But I hope this video made it easier for you to understand eclipse and the energy behind it. Just look at the placements, use all the energy, tap into the energy, feel all the feels, and let the energy gas you up to give a death or a rebirth to something in your chart. If you have any placements in those, if you have any planets in those placements. Let me see what else I have. And pay attention to the signs. And some of this stuff might come up again. That's why I talk about sweeping stuff under the rug. 9 times out of 10, these things might come up again because we have these things called cycles. And these things might come up again. And when they come up again, you know how when I have a teenager, when you check their room, it could be clean. You could check 2 days later, it could be a mess again. So when these cycles come up again, it's how are you still doing? So you still want to mark. That's why I like to journal. Mark things down and see where you are, see what you need to work on. So when it come up again, you'll be able to work on it. But that was the message I got for eclipse. Shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. Put in the work, get the results. But until then, keep your head to the sky. Peace.